Good damn morning, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. The Emmy Awards were last night, and who gives a fuck? Anyway, moving on. Chicago postal workers say, fuck it. So, apparently, Chicago's violence knows no bounds. There's nobody they won't shoot. Obviously, they're gunning down kids like it's going out of style. So why not shoot a couple postal workers? So earlier this year, somebody was shot, I don't know, one of those violent ass parts of Chicago. And then earlier this month, I guess on September 10th, another postal worker, a lady, 24 years old, she was shot. She was in critical condition. I think she's going to live. But they're finally saying, you know what? We're not delivering any mail over here anymore. It's not safe. And then they said in the article, well, she wasn't the intended target. She was just caught in the crossfire. Oh, stupid postal worker, dumb letter carrier lady. Why didn't you look both ways before crossing? In Chicago, you don't only have to look for cars. You got to look for bullets. Remember that old ass, was it a Bugs Bunny cartoon? I think it was. And like Yosemite Sam was chasing Bugs Bunny, and anyway, all these people were getting shot. And so they come to an intersection, everybody stops, and then they go in the proper order. So these two people shooting each other, they go through, and then the next one. That's Chicago. Look both ways before crossing if you're dumb enough to be delivering mail there. There's a city near here. It's up toward the bay. We call it EPA. It stands for East Palo Alto. And back in the day, it got so bad there that the mail carriers would stop at the edge of a certain part of town and leave the mail there to be distributed by its residents. What the fuck? Are you serious? You're allowing this shit, man. Lightweight, where you at? You still in the salon getting your fucking hair did? Looking like the sloth from Ice Age? When is Chicago gonna straighten up? When? People can't get their damn mail. You know what? Maybe this is a good thing. Maybe now that people can't get their mail, they won't be getting them stimulus checks, and maybe they'll start having some change. Maybe they'll start pushing for some change in Chicago. Can't even get your fucking mail. But hey, nothing's going on. Chicago's fine. It must be. The mayor has enough time to go get her hair done. I don't hear her saying shit about it. So everything must be fine, or everybody in Chicago is fine with it. Moving on to another fucked up city. New York City. New York City? So I guess this is actually funny, and I want to see more of it. So I believe it was Saturday, there was some kind of small business owners kind of gathering, kind of farmers market, block party kind of thing. And someone got the bright idea to get some yellow paint and rollers and write as big as the whole block. Remember the Black Lives Matter that they painted in D.C. and that Mayor DeBlowsio was out there painting on the fucking streets? Well, these people had the same idea, except with their rollers and yellow paint, they wrote, fuck Cuomo and DeBlowsio. That shit is hilarious. But the only bad part about it is that it was up for less than 24 hours. So hold up. You got the people painting on the streets, basically, their distrust, their distaste for their local government. They're saying, fuck you guys, because they're fucking them, right? But when they get out there and write Black Lives Matter, a fucking terrorist organization, how long was that shit up? It took that lady to come out there with her black paint and paint over that bullshit. You didn't see the city scrambling to get that off the ground. You didn't see them scrambling to wash that shit down the drain. They let it stay. But people voicing their disappointment in their leadership, and I use that word very lightly or loosely, When they do that, then that shit is scrubbed immediately. Less than 24 hours, and they did it at 1 o'clock in the morning. So who was out there seeing it done who worked for the city? Any kind of dissent, they get rid of that shit immediately. Promoting all the bullshit they want, pushing the violence in that city, they'll leave that up forever. They'll leave it up there till the sun makes it fucking fade. New York, you suck. And New York City people, the people of New York City, you New Yorkers, if you guys re-elect these pieces of shit, you deserve it. But that shit was hilarious. You check it out online. Those letters were huge. As big as the block. Somebody did, must have been some drone footage or something, but they get a bird's eye view. Them letters are giant. We need to see that shit in California. We need to see it in Portland, Seattle, St. Louis, Kenosha, all these places, Baltimore. People, this needs to catch fire. This needs to be a grassroots movement. Just like that YouTuber who filmed himself shitting in Nancy Pelosi's driveway. We need to start writing in giant letters, fuck, insert shitty politician's name here across the country. Speaking of Portland, Seattle, and New York, you guys are going to get some money taken away. We're going to cut your allowance. I'll put a link in the description box. They have been labeled by the Justice Department. That means they'll be taking some money. Trump put this shit into play. He got these wheels turning probably a month ago. And those cities, and they said that the list will be updated. So any other cities that want to fuck up, you'll have your money taken too. They're looking at taking about $1 billion from New York City. And they spend about, $7 billion is their budget. And they took away, $1 billion from law enforcement? So you guys like to take money, so does the federal government. So if you guys are going to allow your cities to burn, you're going to allow your citizens to be in fear, to be harassed and terrorized, fine. We'll take your money. Hit them where it hurts. That's what it's all about, money and power, and not money and power for us. See, that's the whole problem. If they were focused on money and power for us, man, they wouldn't have to worry. We'd vote them in again every time. We wouldn't have any problems with them. But their problem is they're focusing the money and the power on themselves. So hit them where it hurts. We can't send the troops in, which is weird. You'd think they would welcome the troops to stop all this violence and looting and crime. But this helps them because this furthers their goal. What's their goal? They've said it multiple times. Clear as day in plain English. Job number one, get Trump out of office. And as long as the country is in turmoil and unrest, that's exactly what they're hoping will happen. This is all to get Trump out of office. And there was a time where I was like, that's a little conspiracy theory, isn't it? No. Conspiracy theorist, theorical, whatever. But no, it's not. This COVID-19 sweet and sour sniffles, bullshit, the violence, that's all to get Trump out of office. They couldn't get him on anything else. The economy was strong as fuck. Our economy was on HGH. They couldn't get him on that. They couldn't get him with the Russia, couldn't get him with the impeachment. We got to do something. The clock is ticking. What is it, less than 50 days? They're getting desperate. They are crackheads. They are fiends. And they need that next fix, and they will get it. Think of a junkie. You might know. Maybe you've been one. You know their voracious appetite for their drug. These politicians are no different. They may not have lesions and sores and sucked up faces, but they are just as addicted, and their addiction is money and power at all fucking costs. This is their version of breaking into our homes and stealing our VCRs and computers to sell them for money. This is their version of it. It's on a larger scale, but it's the same fucking thing. It's the same sickness. They don't give a shit about us. They're already replacing us with illegals. That's their new voting bloc, remember? They're phasing us out. They don't give a shit if we die or not. We will be replaced. All they need is someone to pull the lever. They don't care where you're from. Just pull that lever. They're career politicians. They're in bed with a lot of people. They owe a lot of favors. And the only way they can pay those favors back is to be in office. Remember how Hillary Clinton faded away because no one gave a shit because she had no more power? These people owe, and they will pay their debts even at our expense and not just our money. So, great. I hope more of these cities get fucking defunded. You want to defund the police? We'll show you defunding. Why the fuck not? People are hurting and dying anyway now. We're already taxed to the fucking gills now. So why not? What, are you going to make our cities worse? Hey, Portland, on day number 100 and whatever the fuck of violence and rioting, what, are they going to make it worse? Man, fuck all you guys. Fuck DeBlowsio. Fuck Cuomo. Fuck Newsom. Fuck all you leaders of these shitty cities and states. Give it back to the people, because believe it or not, we are smarter than you, and we know what to do. We know what to do with our money better than you. Just because you have a suit and a staff doesn't mean shit. All we need is a bunch of moms in there to balance the budget. They'll get it. Get a mom with low income. She'll balance that damn budget. She will trim the fat and find every penny for less money and zero corruption, you fuckers. Now, let me get out here to this shooting range. I'm about to go pew, pew. Last week I shot the metal targets. This week I think I'm going to kill some paper. We'll see. But my son is at his surfing class, so I got some time to kill and some paper. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit liberal cries. Get your Jericho Green notification tone link in the description box. Utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.